Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get this started in 3, 2, 1. I want to welcome everybody. My friend Edo, he's a great artist. He really is. We're gonna talk about his music. We're gonna talk about his visuals. We're gonna talk about why he got started with his music, right? And I think that's very interesting, bro. So it's really hard to kind of I hate kind of putting a genre on people's music.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it feels like I'm trying to stick you in a box.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I mean, like, I personally don't consider, like, my stuff, like, metal or something like that, you know? It's just, like, to me, it's just, like, dark music. That's what I would call it.
Just dark music.
Yeah, like, I guess.
Dark now.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the things I talk about, it's about, like, I guess, like, the inner darkness inside you or something. But, like, I'm also, like, you know, I talk about a lot of, like, indigenous stuff, you know, because that's, like, one of my passions.
Yeah.
Yeah, just indigenous empowerment, you know, being proud of, like, your roots and stuff like that. So I try to mix in a lot of things, and I have, like, a lot of projects, and it's just, like, different personalities of who I am, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Where does the dark meet the indigenous ancestral roots?
Let me see. The dark. Well, I don't really know if there's like a connection to it, because like every time I think about like indigenous stuff, it's more like, to me, it's more like of a light, you know. It's more empowering and stuff. I guess when it comes to the darkness, it's mostly talking about like my own feelings, I guess, like, you know, the things that I've dealt with, depression and yeah, pretty much just depression and just like, I guess, anger, you know.
So the cultural side is more about is more of like the positive side of the music.
Yeah.
While like the human side,
yeah,
just dark, right? Like
pretty much.
Like being a human being, when I think about it, it's just a fucking mess.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Every time like I'll be like smoking and stuff, I'll be like lost in my thoughts, like, well, like smoking weed, you know. And then
everyone's like, smoking what?
Yeah, I know, cause gotta be a little bit specific nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like, you know, you're kind of like in the moment, and you're just thinking about like all these things in life and stuff, and it always comes to the last thought I always have is like, living is just weird, you know. It's just weird. It's interesting. It's you know, at first I hated it, but now I'm just like enjoying it, I guess. I'm just trying to see how far I could get. I guess the older you get, the more, I guess, wise, or you appreciate more, I guess.
That's a beautiful way to put it. I mean, for one, I was thinking like, life beats us up, right? It beats us up, and when you, like skaters, right? When they hit their shins over so many times, their shin gets like really strong.
Yeah.
And our hearts and our minds are the same way. We're like, life is like punching us like a fucking bag, and eventually we just feel and become so resilient that we're just able to kind of like withstand things. And then I love the way that you put it. You just become wiser.
Yeah.
If you begin to appreciate those little things.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I wouldn't really say like life beats you. It's mostly like it's just shaping you, you know. Like it's shaping you, it's forming you. You're learning. You know, as humans, we're curious beings and stuff, and we mess up. We're not perfect and everything. It's just how you take those experiences, you know. They either make you or they break you, you know.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to just make it out, because I've gone through some stuff, you know. And it's kind of funny because, like, I guess like my personality all dark, you know, and stuff. Like, you wouldn't expect someone to be so positive. Yeah. But it's just something I embrace. And but yeah, life is just a trip, you know.
Yeah, I remember. The first time I met you, I mean, you were faded, so you probably don't even remember.
No, I remember that night on June 2nd, right?
Oh fuck, I don't remember the date for sure. But it was
at the show, right?
Beautiful. Dude, you guys played this song. I'm so terrible with beats. Like, I'm just so toned up. But you guys, it was you and your group. I don't know. Wait, maybe it was before you. But never mind. I don't remember that. But there was a beautiful song that was played, and you know, like music, you literally just hear like 2 seconds of it, and it's enough to make you fall in love.
Yeah.
And I just love how You know what I'm just thinking right now wildly? I wish we had a soundtrack to us. Where like I could like touch a button or something and I could hear your song.
Yeah.
Like the song of your heart.
Exactly.
And then I could just feel your vibe and be like, I'm gonna fucking rock with this person.
Yeah. No, I feel that like I guess it's mostly you could kind of feel that with musicians. I guess you know you'll see a musician and I mean like if you know them and you know their music, you kind of like okay, you can kind of connect the song with the person. You know, like that this is their personality. But yeah, I agree too. Like I feel like there's like I wish there was also that little soundtrack where you could just kind of be like, all right, can I vibe with it, you know?
Right. Cause like the one thing I really love is in general, like I'm a fan of all music, which I think is also kind of it's very telling of my own personality, and how like my personality is very like it's almost like malleable, but not intentionally.
Yeah.
Like I can just kind of flow with any situation.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what I've been developed to be.
Exactly.
So when I listen to music, everyone's always been hating on country, right? Like ever since we were little, like we're from the area, literally everyone's like, I don't like everything but country.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, country's hard.
Country is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I like country. Mostly like dark country.
Yeah. Who's a dark country artist?
Well, I don't really know the names. Like I'm terrible with like band names and blah blah blah. But I do have like a playlist, you know, like Spotify country.
Hell yeah.
You know.
When do you play country? Because you know how there's certain moods for certain feelings.
That's true. I guess it's kind of funny. There's that show, that 70 show.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that show's pretty cool. But there's a scene where Heidi's all like, I guess Jackie dumps him, and then like he turns on the stereo, and it's a country song, and he's like, I finally understand country, and it's kind of funny because that's how I kind of ended up liking it too. You know, I was kind of like deep somewhere and whatever. I put on country, I'm like, oh shit, you know, they're talking about heartbreak or something like that. But then like you know you listen to it more and more, and then like the melodies and everything, you just appreciate it, you know.
Right.
And actually I got into it not that long ago too. Well, maybe like a year or two.
You're fresh on the country boat.
Yeah, I mean I kind of stopped listening to a lot of like metal.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of exploring here and there. I mean I do still listen to it, but it's just really hard because I feel like nowadays music just keeps on coming and coming. You know, it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah, and then and it's hard to find something that you like because there's always like I wouldn't say garbage, but you know, it's just music that you can't mess with, you know.
Right.
And with all genres too, it's like everybody's just creating and creating and creating. I feel like everyone's just trying to make it out there, you know.
Yeah. I personally have no problem with that. Just because, I mean, if it is part of the culture to want to do that, then, I mean, by all means, and I ultimately have a choice, right? Like, I'm going to fuck with your music, I'm not going to fuck with your music, and so on and so forth, you know? But coming back to, like, the genres, right? Like, dude, I fucking literally, I think the only, like, let me see, if there was a genre of music that I really, really, really couldn't really fuck with. Oh man, I can't even think about it, bro. I literally, cause like, I swear to God, bro, I be listening to music in like Portuguese, like German, and like Japanese, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But there's something about the music itself that's so powerful. In fact, like even sometimes like I'll be bumping like classical music.
Yeah.
Right? And it just. I think music is so powerful, and I'm very happy that you're doing that because it moves people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one of the things that moves people is language. You know, we talk to people, we make you feel some type of way or whatever. But then music, there's lyrics, obviously. Yeah. But you just remove the lyrics, and it's just as powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like like whenever I create like my music and stuff, I like listening to the instrumentals, just like no vocals or anything. Sometimes I wish I could put it out there, but people enjoy the whole screaming or something. Yeah, they want the full product, you know.
Yeah.
And like you know, like with instrumentals, it's kind of like a hit and a miss, you know, because, well, for me, but like I do like listening to every little aspect, you know, like the guitar, the bass, or like the beat, like every little thing. Like I try to make it out, you know. Um, but yeah, music is just a universal language. You know, everybody can understand and relate to or whatever.
Yeah. When was that first day or like year, age where you like first experimented with music and you fell in love with it?
Mm,
Like as a creator.
as a creator.
Because obviously you heard it or whatever.
It's always I always tell the people the same story when I barely got into it's called black metal. Yeah, I remember a friend had left a box of CDs, and I opened it, and I was already into metal and stuff. It was just more like, you know, like Iron Maiden, Metallica.
The OG shit.
Yeah, like just the classics and all that. And then I open this box and I see all this like crazy artwork, you know, people like all in black, chains, spikes, and like, you know, their face painted all kind of like, I guess they call it corpse paint.
What is it called?
Corpse paint.
Okay.
Like a corpse.
Oh, corpse.
Yeah,
paint.
so it's black and white.
Okay.
And I was like, I opened it, I was like, what the hell is this, you know?
You're like,
yeah, I was just like, oh, this like satanic and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like into the whole little Satan, Antichrist thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
That's interesting too.
it kind of drew me, and then I listened to it, and it's not like, a lot of it is just like raw, you know? It's like, not a lot of black metal artists like to do the whole studio thing.
So they would
like clean
record their
production.
shit.
Yeah, they
record
just-
them shits like como sale.
Yeah, just like I guess that's like one of the things that makes it unique, you know.
Mhm.
Just get that raw feeling, that raw, you know, emotion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I listened to it. I was like, what the fuck is this? But it drew me. And then like I noticed that some bands incorporated their like, cause a lot of it, I guess it's more famous in Norway because of the whole scene that happened there. There's crazy history behind it.
I mean, is it connected to like Norse mythology in any way?
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Is like some people incorporated their like you know, Norse mythology and stuff like that.
So, and that's clever,
Yeah.
right? Because you always want to use some sort of history.
Yeah, you kind of want to connect to your I guess your people.
Your roots.
Yeah, exactly. So in that sense, I was like, I could do this, you know, like it was a good outlet as you know my emotions and stuff, like the darkness, the anger, and all that. But it was also a good way of me putting out my message to tell brown folk, hey man, you know, look deeper into your roots, and yeah, that's pretty much how it started. And
But what age were you?
I was, let me see, I think I was like 14, 13, like right around like middle school, in 8th grade, around there. I have no idea.
And that's just that period of time is just such an interesting like time.
Oh yeah, you're experimenting. You're kind of trying to find yourself, you know.
Right. I mean, the beautiful thing about that is that literally, I think, okay, so like when you're more on the creative side, because of like the opportunity, right? Because,
Yeah.
like being a creative kind of means that you do have an opportunity to be creative, right? Because there's a lot of people that just have to work every day and they might be really creative here,
Yeah.
but they can't seem to have that little bit of time,
Yeah.
right? That richness of time to be creative.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
hot,
Yeah.
huh?
It's a little hot.
And so, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. The heat got to my fucking head. But basically, along the lines of like free time, and that free time, you know, like when you're creative, it allows you the opportunity to do and explore and do the things that you really love.
Yeah.
While there's a lot of people that may still be creative, but unfortunately, like whatever is going on in life, it doesn't really afford them that little opportunity,
Yeah.
a little bit of space of time, right? And I had a really good point about that, but fuck it, I'm just gonna have to pass it. Like getting back to like I guess the indigenous roots, because I love that, right? I mean, it's basically an anti-colonial
Oh yeah.
like message.
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And I mean, I would like you to talk more about that because I talk too much. And so, why an anti-colonial perspective?
Why? Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I think right when I was like around, it was in fifth grade. Like it's funny because I don't remember the ages. I just remember the certain period of where I was.
Roughness of it all.
Yeah, like when I was like in fifth grade, when I was in middle school, when I was this blah blah. But yeah, like when I was like around fifth grade or whatever, like I never felt like I was. You're taught about America and its history and all that. And you know, I never felt connected to, I guess, white Europeans. I mean, you're a kid. You don't really know.
Right.
You don't really know. You're still discovering and learning and all that, and then like you see like these people, they're all white, and you look at yourself like, what the hell, that's not me. Yeah, I'm born in America, but am I really an American? And then same thing happened because like my family, they're like non-practice Catholics, and we would go to church like sometimes or whatever, but I never felt connected. Like I actually, if anything, like that shit was kind of like spooky to me,
Really?
like the churches and all that, like, and this whole story about like this and that. I'm just like, what the hell, like.
You're like, this sounds like a really good story, but I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like it seemed like to me it was just like a cult, like. Like I mean, like I try not to be disrespectful.
To be a dick and shit.
Yeah, because I'm old enough not to be a dick,
But you have a right to critique and say what you want to say.
So like to me, like I never felt connected to any of all that, and then like when they will be talking about how like the Indians are like savages and all that, and then like I'll see like pictures of like Native Americans, and I just like I felt more connected to that, like that was me, that's how I look,
Yeah.
And I remember this one time in Plaza Mexico, I think I was around like middle school or something. I think it was the first time I saw danza, on the Mexica, no whatever dancers. Yeah, like the sound of the drum beat. Like my heart was just pumping, like damn, like I want to do that, I did it once. That shit's hard.
It's like a lot of pressure on your feet, huh?
Kinda, yeah. It's a full on workout.
Fuck yeah.
And then, but yeah, like I saw like everything was just so beautiful about it, And then I was just like, from there I just kind of started digging and learning about like the Aztecs and the Mayans, the Incas, and then like recently I'm trying to like learn more about like the North American tribes and stuff like that. But like I'm just trying to learn about like the people of this whole side of the world, from north to central to south, because it's rich in culture, like, but it's just long forgotten because of whole colonial whatever age.
Right.
So yeah, like I don't know, like it feels liberating,
I totally agree. And when you were talking about the church, I was like, fuck, I used to feel the same way, bro.
Yeah.
I would walk in there and I'd want to run out.
Yeah.
It was a literal spooky vibe. There's literally a guy hanging.
I know, like
with like blood and everything pouring out, and like now I know it's symbolic and all that.
Yeah.
But like, it didn't.
As a kid, you're like,
right.
yeah. As a kid, you're like, what the hell is this? Yeah.
And it's just crazy how like for thousands of years, little kids, when we were little kids, right? All these little kids have had to see that, and we become indoctrinized to just kind of take it on and say, yes, this is the savior of mankind or whatever. Therefore, it was God. But even like the whole feeling of the churches, Catholic churches specifically, right? Like the fucking hard ass benches and everything.
No,
It's like, like I don't like this shit, right? And number two, I have there's a group. I don't know if you're like, you might be into it or you might not. It's called the East LA Ombre Circle. But basically, bro, like this Circulo for me has like changed my life.
Oh, yeah.
And it's done so in a variety of different ways.
Yeah.
And I first showed up to a thing called the Fatherhood Project. right? Where it's just my elder Armando, and Ozzy, which is a gangsta ass food. Like the type of foods that were fucking gang banging, and slangy, and then change their lives, you know, to become like healers, you know, in the hood, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing because it's like that evolution of your life, you know, where one day you realize like, oh shit, I could do something good with it. And that group of men, they're all like that. But here's the best part. Here's the best part. So when I actually showed up to the first Ombre Circle, I pull up, you know, some big ass circle, and there was an altar at the center of it. And the altar is something it's very sacred. Right? I was so mesmerized by it that I immediately wanted to take a picture, right? Because I mean, I'm kind of part of the generation where like picture. I just do it. You know, it's not necessarily that I want to like. I mean, there's a certain sense, you know, so maybe a little bit of performance, right? Like, oh, look at me or whatever. But more than anything, it's like, hey, I have a cell phone. I'm gonna take a picture of something I like. But then they shared with me. They're like, hey, you know, like, we're gonna take a picture of this stuff. And that even made it more special. Right? But bro, I mean, you know what that is. You know, and I had never been really familiar with like the more indigenous side of the Americas. With the colors and all the beautiful objects. The sage burning at the center of it all. And dude, the same feeling, bro. When I'm there, I'm more nervous because it's like you enter the spiritual realm.
Exactly.
And we even leave like seats open, you know, for the ancestors. Or the people that can't show up that day. So like literally, bro, like the energy there allows us to kind of transcend the physical state of life for the 2-3 hours that we are there, you know. And when I was little, also because of religion, I had always connected like the scent of sage and everything to like witchcraft. You know, but in reality, like there's so many benefits to that. I mean, whether it's all in your head or not, like the fact is that there is a beautiful feeling of like letting go. You know, and at that circle, that's what we do, man. Like, you know, we call it palabra. Stick. Palabra, and you everyone gets an opportunity. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. You could just sit there and listen to people. And when people share their stories, bro, that's what's changed my life. Like there was this guy, of course I'm not gonna say his name. But you know, he talked about cheating his wife. And he talked about how it basically ruined his marriage. But when he started coming to our circle, all the men there who are practicing more healthier ways of being a man, right? Because you know, a lot of our patriarchal ways have come from the colonial system.
Pretty much.
And for us, like it's normal, you know, like of course, like our generation of men, we don't beat women, you know, maybe a couple dumbass fools, but I'm still violent in a way where I might say something with a certain tone. You know, my physical presence, whatever. There's something violent in the sense about the way that I've been taught to be a man. So just kind of seeing these men who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s going through shit or gone through shit, and they just share their stories, and I'm like, damn, fool. Like, I'm a piece of shit, but I don't always have to be.
You could change.
Exactly, man, and that's the most beautiful thing about that, and the reason why I would like to invite you to that circle is only because of the healing properties of it, and because I know that you're already in that world. You know, of indigenous culture and appreciating it. Because you know how it is, man. Not every food is into that shit.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of our people are still in that whole colonial mindset, you know, and
I just like, I don't know, because to me it was like really liberating. I guess when they say, you know, decolonize your mind, you know, I felt free, you know, like you know, when when you're raised like as a Catholic or something, you know, you gotta do this, like you have rules, you know, like, or else you go to hell or some shit like that. You know? Like that, I always hated that. I was like, what the hell, like, like.
Yeah, like, you want me to be a prisoner?
Yeah, it's like, why can't I just enjoy my life? You know, like it doesn't take. It does. I feel like you don't necessarily need religion. I mean, I can understand why it's there, but it's like you don't really need it to be a decent human being. You know, it's just like just live your life. You know, and elders are always like the most important people because you listen to their stories. And it's something I noticed too, that like the older, like how you said, like we're kind of grown up, like being a man is kind of like something kind of toxic, you know, or something like that. But like the older men, I don't know if you realize, but they're more soft, you know. They're like, they're soft because they've already experienced through all that crazy stuff. They've done their, you know, desmadre too, you know.
And sure, ya se les acabó el pinche corrido.
Yeah. So like a lot of the elders are just like, you know, they're just passing the word to us, so we don't, you know, fall in that same, you know, become like a piece of shit, you know. And and yeah, you just gotta kind of just be a decent person, you know. That doesn't take much. It is hard. It is hard, and I feel like like there's a lot of influences, you know, everywhere in the world, and especially like media, social media. I like it for connecting with people. You could connect with people and stuff, but I hate that there's just so much like either false information or just like false ways of being, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I think you kind of referring to like the overwhelming like wave of like maybe like false positivity in a way, like because there is a lot of stuff where like it's all a show, right? Like especially when you look at like really like influential nobodies, right? Like there's something that you see and it's a pattern. It's kind of like the same shit, right? The same shit that TV has always tried to like force feed us, right?
And we're just
buy stupid shit, you know, do this and do that, and you're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know necessarily what is happiness, right? Because happiness is really a subjective thing. Like maybe getting hammered every night is happiness, you know, or maybe, you know, just walking your dog is happiness.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody, but what I can say is that there is both presences online.
Yeah.
Right? There's like the genuine good, and then there's like the disastrous side that just kind of forces us to eat all this bullshit. Like a lot of there's like these fucking meme pages that have probably like hundreds of thousands of followers, and all they post is like fights.
Oh, yeah.
Like fight. Don't get me wrong, I'll be watching that shit. You know, and I sometimes I like it, sometimes I think it's just stupid, but at the end of the day, like some of the most popular shit is some of the worst shit for our minds and our spirits, and that's what's there.
Exactly.
And that's what like younger crowd is intaking.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like even thinking about it, and like thinking about my own little presence, a little grain of salt on there. It's just I just try to be me. You know, I really do just try to be me. Some people rock with it.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
I think that's kind of weird. Like, how do you hate someone that is just themselves? You know, like it's like I always think it's like mostly envy. You know, like they have something that you want, but it's just like let people be. You know, just like I used to be kind of that way when it comes to like my music.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like,
well, I mean, like
you were envious about other people's music careers, or
no? Like I was like an elitist, you know, like not sharing my music and like calling people posers and stuff like that. You know,
okay.
You know, but like I realized, like, you know, that's dumb. You know, I'm just like I like seeing people enjoy shit. You know,
right.
Like it's like if you wanna like get to know me or whatever, and or like you want to listen to something that I'm listening to, you know, here you go. But I used to keep all that to myself, you know. This would be a dick, honestly.
Yeah.
But now,
But I mean, it feels good sometimes.
Yeah.
Cause you kind of have like this exclusive thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I know the hottest shit, but I ain't telling you.
Yeah.
Cause then you're gonna burn it.
Yeah.
And I think there's something real to that too, right? Like certain spots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, certain nature spots or certain dope train tracks or graph spots or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to burn something. But I think like when it comes down to like music, I feel like music is too beautiful to not to share.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like why are you gonna? Well, it's like why make it if you're not gonna share it? You know?
Oh, but you're saying like you were making your own music and you didn't want to share it?
Oh no, just like things that like my knowledge and all this
Okay.
stuff. You know, I didn't want to share any of that
Yeah.
because I felt like I was like part of the elite. You know, like
Yeah.
But I mellowed down a lot.
I think we all do, bro.
Mhm.
So, I mean, are we the same age? Are you 27 this year?
27 next year.
Okay, so you're from 1994?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 93.
Alright. Still around the same.
It's basically the
Yeah.
same shit. It starts making a difference like 3 years.
Yeah, like around like if.
Like increments of 3 and 4, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
8, 12, genius,
Right on.
you know? That's kind of how I see things sometimes. You know, even sometimes it kind of reminds me of like high school.
Yeah.
When you're a freshman and a senior,
Yeah.
drastic different people, right?
Exactly.
And so that's how I see kind of things like in life, and I'm like, oh, you know, but you know what? Like one of the healing homies from the circles, they told me that as men, every 7 years we tend to kind of shed a previous self, and somehow like the cycle of life and the universe, it just kind of we're always in this state of metamorphosis, just the next stage of my life. And then the next one, and then the next one. And right now, I'm literally in that transformation.
Yeah.
Where
I can see that.
Where I'm just embracing it, bro. I'm just, what else am I gonna do? And I think that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Than when we're teenagers, where we're kind of scared, or we're like, I'm not too sure, like, but you're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
Versus now, we're like, no, I know I love this shit.
Yeah.
I know that this makes me happy.
Exactly. You're just taking it on, you know, without hesitating anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I really, really appreciate about life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I've been given that opportunity.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel guilty about it. And I'll tell you why I feel guilty about it. Because I feel so good about it sometimes that I think about the people that can't. You know?
Yeah.
You want another one? You good?
Maybe in a bit. I'm just
Okay.
trying to take it slow.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like looking at life through cycles is also, it gives me the opportunity to reflect
Yeah.
and heal, because, hold on, one time my dang's been real loud. Oh, that's why he's back here.
No.
I'll just close it here. That's just, dude, my dad, bro, he's always talking like that, bro. Like, I could be, like, down the block, and then I'll be like,
Hear him and
hey,
shit.
Dad, I can fucking hear you, dog. But yeah, bro, I would say, like, my introduction to, I guess, the indigeneity of my ancestral roots came because I probably shouldn't say that. Well, Sylvia basically connected me. I won't say how because it's kind of personal.
Yeah.
But basically, there was a center, right? And this center, they told her, they're like, hey, you know, he could kind of benefit from this.
Right.
And I showed up, bro, and it was real special, bro.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes certain people just give you a certain feeling,
Yeah.
and those feelings don't really come often,
Yeah.
and it's just like a genuine spirit, like a genuine, like, that's what I want to be in life. Like, I just want to be genuine.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm gonna help you out in a little way, and I don't care if you pay me back.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I kind of do believe in karma.
Oh yeah.
In the way where it's like for example, it's kind of stupid, but when I was younger, I was a fucking little thief. I just wanted to take everything that I could.
Yeah.
But somehow, all my other shit would get jacked too.
No.
Like my bikes, they always got stolen, bro.
Oh,
I couldn't have a bike for longer than 2 months before it got jacked. But I was also jacking shit.
Yeah.
And then eventually, bro, one of my high school teachers, he was an English teacher, and he was of Jewish faith.
Mm-hmm.
He just told me something really, really interesting. He's like, Jesus, I just want to share something with you.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught a long time ago that when you put something out, you know, like God tends to, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
He used God because it's Jewish.
No, yeah.
God tends to give it to you even more powerfully.
Oh yeah, I've heard that a lot. You know, like whatever you put in, you get like 10 times back more, whatever. And I believe in that too, because I've been blessed. Like, I feel like our karma, like the bad karma already hit. Because when I was younger, I was just being dumb, you know, like I let my ego get the best of me and shit. And and I paid the price, you know, and like people screwed me over and everything. They put me to the lowest point, but I managed to break out. But but it's kind of funny because like I did all the bad stuff, and then like when the bad stuff was happening to me, I was doing my best to be the good, to put out good, like a lot of good, you know. But I was like all the bad stuff was happening, and as soon as I got out of like those situations, like I feel like I'm still paying right. Well, it's I'm receiving it nowadays. It's like all the positive energies and all that stuff. Because like these past 2 years, was it 2 years? Yeah, like 2 years. Like I've just been going up, like just straight up. Like putting out a lot of music. I went back to school, you know. Like I get like promotions at my job. Like it's crazy. Like it's very overwhelming. Like the positivity. You know, I get it. I'm just like I don't know what the fuck to do with it. You know?
Right? You're like it's too much.
Yeah.
And you know, some people feel like, how could I be feeling so good?
Mm-hmm.
Something bad is gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
And there's probably some truth to that, you know, but that's just life though.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, like, it doesn't matter whether you're rich or whether you're poor, everyone's gonna experience a downfall.
Yeah.
Maybe of a stronger degree or a smaller degree, but that's just part of life.
Yeah. Life throws challenges, or challenges.
Yeah. The art of that all is in figuring out how to roll through the punches.
Yeah.
And if you can't roll through the punches, just understand that life will knock us down.
Yeah.
But just get up.
Exactly.
And it's just a process, bro. I've been hurt so much.
Yeah.
I've been knocked out so many times. I've been injured countless times.
Yeah.
And I'm still here.
You're still here. Yeah.
You know, so, and imagine in my future, how many more times I'm gonna be experiencing like even crazier shit.
Yeah.
You know, like my parents haven't passed,
Exactly.
but I know that when they do, that's gonna be something.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's always gonna be things happening, but I'm glad to hear that you just feel like you're on that elevator.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like it was a couple. I think it was like a month or two ago. Cause like I said, like all this positivity is coming to me. Like I'm reconnecting with my family too. You know, like developing a better relationship and stuff. Cause we didn't really grow up as like a loving family. Like talking. You know, blah blah blah. Like we knew we all loved each other, but we just never really knew how to communicate. Yeah, it wasn't like a family thing. But now like all of us are trying. Like, I mean, the past couple like 5 years, I think, all of us are just like trying to engage more. And I feel like I'm the last one that's catching up, you know, because I'm the only dude, and all my sisters.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. Like all my sisters, like they could all talk like cool
openly,
and everything. Yeah,
honest.
Exactly. And I'm just I'm catching up. I'm talking to them too, you know, like, and with my mom, like whenever we, cause I don't live with her, but like whenever we kind of like meet up. we just talk, and talk about like life, you know, the positive stuff. And, like, always telling her like, I understand now why you were telling me all this crap, you know, like ponte los pilas, or you know, sacrificio, you know, you gotta sacrifice your time to move forward, you know.
Right.
That's why I got this tattoo.
Oh, it's the sacrificial.
The sacrificial knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, you gotta sacrifice a part of like your time or yourself or anything to move forward, and that's what the Aztecs believed, you know. They needed to feed the sun with Huitzilopochtli, or just any other gods, you know, with their own blood, sacrifice just so they could live another day, you know, so the sun would rise again, you know. And that's embedded in I feel like that's embedded in a lot of brown folk, and they don't really realize it, you know. And it's kind of funny too, because like it has a similarity to Christianity, you know, like Jesus sacrificed himself to save humanity or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, so like a lot of religions have that kind of connection.
The concept.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know, like in order to move up in life, you just gotta sacrifice and how much you're willing to want it, you know, how much you want to reach for it, you know. It's all that willpower and stuff. And then there's something that you said before. I forgot what you said, but it reminded me of also. Oh, and like I guess like life throwing you all these challenges and stuff, and how you overcome them. And there was this poem that one of my high school teachers, he made us memorize. I forgot it.
So much for memorizing.
Yeah. But it was called Attitude or something like that.
Okay.
And it was about how attitude plays an important role, like in a lot of situations, you know. So like let's say like something bad happens to you, how are you gonna take that? How is it, like, you know, are you gonna take it as a, you know, you're gonna get mad, or you're gonna get, you know, like, you know, are you gonna put yourself in that situation where you could overcome it, you know, like how you take it, you know. And that's what determines a lot of your life, like your path.
Right.
You know, because like let's say like something bad happens to you and you're not taking it well, then you're gonna get like bad shit coming your way, which karma, you know. And you know, it's and I believe in that. Like I understand now why he made us memorize that poem. And sometimes I read it from time to time. I look it up and I'm just like, all right. And there's a lot of messages out there. It's just all the same thing.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard Lupe Fiasco, right? He used to be kind of used to be really popular.
Right.
He has a song with I think Kanye, where it was your attitude determines your latitude. You know. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, and it's such an important thing when we get into the mindset of where we're at. Because if you have someone that has a really strong mindset, and they want to be successful regardless of whatever happens, and they're in a fucked up situation, they're gonna get out of it most likely. Yeah. But then we get somebody that has a different mindset. Maybe I don't want to put anyone down, but a mindset that's not very strong. Yeah. They're gonna get washed up. Yeah, exactly. And they're gonna get stuck in maybe the wave is gonna take on. They're gonna get stuck in the sand. Yeah. They're not gonna be able to get out as fast, right? I still wanna be hopeful and say like, maybe not today, sweetie. Yeah. But eventually, right? Yeah. And then as far as like the sacrifice, bro, like, dude, just look at our parents, bro. Oh, yeah. That in itself, for me, I can't ask for any more motivation. Exactly. You know, and I love when people have tattoos that mean something. I mean, some tattoos don't mean shit, and it's your skin. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But I'm inspired by tattoos that mean something. Yeah. Like that one. That's fucking dope. Can you show the camera? See it. There we go. And I also love how it has like the more like indigenous kind of like craft to it. Yeah. So I met this guy. I haven't met him in real life yet, but he's fucking sick, bro. After this, I'll show you. Actually, his name on Instagram is Chamuco something. but he's a famous fool, dog. He's kind of a famous tattoo artist that embeds traditional and indigenous ceremonies into his tattooing process.
Oh, it's the guy from Oakland, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, boldly enough, I asked him if one day he would like to be on, and he was very humble, and he was like, "I'd love to." And then I was like, "Wow." But anyways, if I were to get a tattoo, it would be from him. Just because I wanted to just be meaningful.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And I would totally go with some style like that.
Yeah.
Not that specifically, obviously, but like that style. Just because I don't really care so much about the genetics, right? Like and the genetics of our makeup, it's so mixed.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all over the place, right? And on top of that, one of my elders has always told me, he's like, when I've been, in ceremony and reservations and everything, they always tell me the same thing. It's not so much what you look like or the blood, but it's about what you feel, right? And I mean, some Native people might disagree with me, and that's totally okay, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, there is a piece of me, that I just know.
Yeah.
I just know.
Yeah.
Because there's a call.
There's a calling. Yeah.
Exactly.
You feel the call.
Exactly. More than I could ever feel a call for Europe.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just, it is how I feel.
Exactly.
Like, for example, I've always wanted, like, when I think about like going like to different countries around the world, it's like I've always said Latin America. Like, I want to see every country in Latin America first. Yeah. Right? And there's a connection right there. There's a love right there that I have for them, because we're all kind of collectively crafted by the same presence.
Yeah.
Portuguese and Brazil, which are not too different in the Spanish. And in the Spanish, pretty much everywhere else up to North America. I mean, up to the United States.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of like my way of seeing it, and I'm not too sure if I do want a tattoo. Just because I don't know, I'm a little like sensitive and over thoughtful about it. But if I did, it'd be from the homie Chamuco.
That'd be sick, yeah. Like, I would like to get tatted by him too. I found this other artist, and I think he's in somewhere in Mexico, where he still does the traditional stuff. Like, I want to fly over there and like tradition, like the ancient way, I guess, like from our people, I guess.
What does it look like, if you could describe it?
I think it's just like stick and poke.
It's kind of like the same, like the ancient traditions of the Japanese.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I've seen it in movies.
Yeah,
there's ink and they're like.
Yeah, I think a lot of ancient cultures actually, they've always done. It's always like stick and poke.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like that's crazy,
That's probably gonna hurt, yeah.
Because it's like slower, right?
Probably. I don't know.
But then again, it's like the meaning, right?
Yeah, like if you get something meaningful, you kind of like, the pain is worth it, like this thing sucked, like, but like it was just worth it. Like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I did the right choice,
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine if we could live our lives like that. Like, just being like, I made the right choice consistently.
Pretty much, yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, I should have never sent that text.
Yeah.
But I guess it's part of growing up, man.
You learn, you learn from the bad decisions, I guess.
I agree, man. I agree. There's so many bad decisions, but so many good decisions too.
Yeah.
And that's like, I always try to like share with people, like we have the power, bro. Yeah. We have so much power that we take for granted.
Yeah.
It's literally just stuck in this fucking skull.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like sometimes people kind of hate on me a little bit for that, because they tell me that I'm being like fake positive, and I'm just like, why do you feel that way?
Yeah, we're like, let's talk. What do you think?
And a lot of them do have a lot of dark shit. which is okay.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
You know, the only people that I'm willing to kind of like take on their baggage is children. And the reason why I say children is because I feel like children that have a lot of emotional dark baggage is because they're going through dark, fucked up shit in life. And if they're choosing you as an adult to share that with, it means there's not another one.
Yeah.
Or maybe not a lot.
Exactly.
Right? So in general, I feel like if I'm like the only person who's gonna listen to you, like on some real shit,
Yeah.
of course I'm gonna listen to you. You know? I don't really care if it's gonna be like damaging or really dark, but I will listen and I'll share your story right now real quick. One of my cousins, bro, he's like a raging alcoholic. Like raging alcoholic. Like at his peak he was drinking multiple bottles of vodka a day. You know? Like his fucking liver is basically non-existent. Which is basically gonna create a whole bunch of other fucking diseases and things that are gonna happen to him. And he's only like 24, right? So my boy fucked up his liver, and he hasn't even lived a quarter of his life, right? According to whatever the statistics of possibly living to 100 years.
Yeah.
And nobody likes him. You know, his family's fucking hates him because, you know, nobody really likes crazy drunks.
Yeah.
It's fair. Like if someone came into my house, like my brother, my sister, and they were fucking faded all the time. Look, some people are cool as fuck when they're faded. I'm pretty fucking cool. Except for someone's fucking annoying me or something. There's always something that's gonna happen, right? But if someone comes to my house, even though they're family, but they become different, right? Like drugs, substance abuse of any kind, they really be changing people, right? And it's kind of like it's not your little brother anymore. I mean, they are, and you love them, but they come in here and they wreak havoc every time. Eventually, you're just gonna be resentful of them, and you're like, man, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
So that's his situation. But since I didn't live with him, when I would see him, I'd be all love, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, bro, you know, like, you're gonna make it out. Like, I love you, bro. I appreciate you. You know, you're like really smart guy.
Yeah.
Calling over the phone.
Yeah.
A lot of times he'd just be crying, bro. The pain, bro. The misery, bro. It's overwhelming, bro.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the physical and the mental pain. When you put those two things together, that's a perfect combination for suicide.
Yeah.
You know? Which, for me, when I think about suicide, like, I'm very sympathetic to suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it's like, I don't know, I don't know exactly what you're going through, but if you had to kill yourself to liberate yourself, I kind of understand.
Yeah.
Especially if you do have some type of like terminal illness or even like not a crazy, but like a really tough mental illness that you just can't seem to shake off. And you always feel like life is not really working out for you. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. There's a lot, I don't know, man. Maybe some people do feel like nobody loves them.
Yeah.
There's no meaning, no nothing. But that was my cousin. And then my cousin, like a couple weeks ago, he just called me and he just super grateful, bro. Super grateful, bro. He's like on a 12-step program, and they have him call people to share his gratitude for. And he just told me, he's like, bro, I'm so grateful for you never giving up on me. And he was like, why? Like literally, he asked me like 10 times, why? Why do you give a fuck? And I just said, bro, I kept saying like, I love you, and it even got annoying to me. Like, alright, that's it. You know what the fuck else is there?
Like, well, I just love you, bro.
That's it. You know, if I love you, I'm gonna be willing to share a little bit and just say, you know, like, just stay there, bro. Fight, you know. And a lot. That's what I'm saying. For like a lot of people will tell me that like it's easy for you to say, you know, because I'm okay. I'm good. Like. I've been working really fucking hard for a long time. Something's good's gonna come out of that, you know?
And you want to kind of like, you know, forward that message, you know, like, because you did it, you want your friends, your family to make it out with you, you know, like, together, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's the thing I do too, like with my friends, like some of my friends feel they're lost. and they open up to me, you know, and it's like, why are you gonna put people down too, you know? Like someone that's like, yeah, they may be drinking, like sometimes you don't understand what they're going through, you know? There's a reason behind, like, you know, like if you're like drowning yourself in alcohol. I mean, I've lived through it, you know? I fucked up, like, I guess that first time I met you, I fucked up, and I didn't realize until afterwards that I was going through it unconsciously. After that day, I went cold turkey for like 6 months.
No way. That's how fucking life altering that moment was, huh?
Yeah, I felt so embarrassed. I don't know if you know Ivan Flores.
No.
I felt like I almost lost him as a best friend, and I felt so embarrassed, so ashamed, and it's good too because you need some sort of humility. I don't know the word. Humility.
I think it's humilifying, or maybe I just be making words up.
Yeah, you know, you gotta feel.
But you get humbled by life, right?
You gotta feel You gotta feel like ashamed of yourself. Not ashamed. Humiliate yourself, I guess. In order to kind of move forward too, you know.
Right.
And it was that fucking moment where I'm just like, I felt so, like I didn't like that person that I was then. And I went cold turkey. And also there was a couple of my friends who were just telling me to just stop, you know, like stop, you know, stop acting this way, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, shit, you know, I can't do that to myself. I went cold turkey. I kind of went vegan too. Yeah.
Damn, you went the whole fucking.
Yeah, I just did like a whole 360. But I mean, I'm not vegan anymore.
Right.
But I prefer like
plant-based.
Yeah, I prefer that just because it makes me feel better. You know, like I meat is good. Like I love the taste of it.
Of course, man.
But I personally don't like not the history, but like how it's made.
Like
I guess
the industry?
Yeah, the industry.
I mean, the industry is pretty fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucked, but I mean, like, I feel like sometimes you can't really be worrying about that too much, you know? Because
Yes, because it starts eating at your own soul.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that kind of reminds me a lot of like my woke stage in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had a stage in my life where I was like all woke, but I was just a hypocrite. Straight up, which is why I'm no longer like quote unquote woke, because I realized like I was like, dude, mejor just shut the fuck up. Like, not always, you know, if there's an injustice or something and I could do something about it, I'm gonna do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, so I told myself, like, instead of just talking about it, just be about it. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to tell everybody that you're doing it. You do it
for yourself, yeah.
And you do it because it's the right thing to do. Period. You know, and you know, what I realized, bro, was that when I was like in that circle of thought, I was always miserable. I was always miserable. I was always pissed. Like, I felt like I always had to be pissed at the system. And there's a reason, of course. It's justifiable. I could find 1,000 reasons why we want to raise against the system.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that energetically and my spirit had me in a lower, like, vibrational feeling.
Yeah.
Now where I'm kind of just more doing me.
Yeah.
I feel more blessed than ever. I feel happier than ever. I feel like I can help people out more.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like I've allowed myself to create my own lane.
Yeah.
Instead of following somebody else's lane.
Exactly.
And it just seems so much more natural to me. And I still have a lot of friends that are like socialist and communist, and I love them to death. And sometimes I feel like they might feel some type of way about me because I no longer really think the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but I would say, guys, I'm still your friend. I'm never gonna forget all of our marches. I'm never gonna forget all of our protests.
Yeah.
All the crazy shit, confrontations with the police.
Yeah.
And everything, like, that's really special to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, that all makes a part of who I am today. But I must evolve. I must grow.
Yeah.
I must change. Like, we all must. You know, if you're not, then you're kind of just staying stagnant.
Yeah.
You know, and water that is stagnant grows moldy.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So we just, I just feel like you said, right? Like you don't really have to follow ideologies or religion to be a decent person.
That's what it all comes down to. Like, because I have some friends who have like also like, you know, they have like a little conservative views and stuff. They're not dicks, like
Right.
especially to me, and they know I have, like my views are like I guess liberal or lefty or whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, like to me, like I don't really understand the whole politics.
Political
You
bullshit.
know? I guess I would be like in the center and shit.
Okay.
Because I could kind of understand some of the right. It's just like some of it.
Like I feel you,
Yeah.
but I disagree.
Yeah, and then like some stuff on the left too that like I could understand it, but there's some things I disagree, you know. But like when it all comes down to it, it's just crazy how like, especially nowadays, how like people are just like so far left or so far right.
Yes.
And the whole hate and everything is like why can't we all just be like a decent person and agree to one thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like why are we making it such a big deal? Like especially here, like we're the United States of America.
More like we should change our names to the separated states of America.
Divided and stuff. But like I feel like that's the key word, united. That's what we should be, you know? Like
Yes.
why can't we be united? You know, like why should the color of your skin matter? Why should people's religions matter, cultures or whatever? Like if anything, we're blessed to have. Like I could go like to downtown, you know, get a little experience of like Little Tokyo,
Love it.
you know, Chinatown, Little Armenia and stuff. Like that's pretty beautiful to me, you know. Like you get to experience different cultures and stuff, and the more you experience different cultures, the more humble and, you know, like wiser, I guess you get, because you appreciate it a little bit more, and you're getting the sense of other people's view on life, people who are, I guess, different from you, but in the end, when it comes down to it, we're all just the same, you know. Pretty like that's what it is.
It really is, bro. It really is. Like that's the fucked up thing about like our perception. Somehow, like if you walked in here and you were Asian, I'd probably be a little different. I definitely wouldn't use Spanish. Although how do I know that you don't even know Spanish? Right? And so I love that whole point, man, about like unifying and allowing ourselves to open our cultures to everybody. Because if I close myself off because there's white people there, although I've been in that situation before, now I don't give each other an opportunity to maybe them be a little less racist if they are racist, and me being a little bit more open to whiteness, right? Like, and it doesn't mean that I have to be white or that they have to be Mexican. It just means that if we can sit down and have a dinner, and sometimes those conversations are tough. Because they might fuck around and say some bullshit like, oh, you know, illegal immigration is bad. And that might irritate me. Right? But maybe that'll give me a good opportunity to talk about the history of, like, hey, I understand that this is your government right now, but human beings were here before you. You know?
It doesn't really make sense, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us, like, I think our people, like, I mean, we didn't really have borders, you know?
No.
Like, we always just migrated, like, you know, wherever there's food, water, like, that's like basically what you need in life, just food, water, and a roof over your head.
Right.
Like to me, that's me rich, you know? Like, I'm rich, you know? Like, that's how I define wealth, you know? But yeah, our people just, they would migrate wherever they needed to be and of course there were some conflicts, you know, different tribes and stuff. It was, you know, tribes will be against each other and blah blah blah, but I think that's human nature anyways. But it's just like, it's just kind of weird, the whole concept of borders closing off people and stuff. And then it makes me think, it's like, okay, well, like the majority of like white Americans, Christians, whatever, what happened to love thy neighbor, you know? Or like, why are you closing like your border from Mexico and stuff? And it's kind of, but it all has to do with racism, pretty much, you know, like, cause like I mean like the border in Canada, like there is a border there, but it's more lenient. Why is it more lenient there than in Mexico? You know, like people from like Mexico or like even more down south, like they all just like we all just want to live a life, you know, like a decent life, and that's what America could provide. Well, the United States could provide, but it's just so crazy how white Americans are just like they have this like hatred of like people who are not like them. But it's funny because like I talk to people and stuff. I've talked to white people about this too. And it's just old mentality. It's gonna change. I feel like we're living in the middle of the turning point because a lot of like our generation is kind of making that shift, and the younger generation see that too, and they're like, and it's kind of easy. It's like, don't be a dick, you know. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah,
literally.
But the old generation was the older.
They're like holding on right now.
Holding on.
You know how I see it? Like a horse that's taken off. They fell off a saddle, and now they're like holding on, pero lo están arrastrando.
Yeah.
You know, they're just being dragged by the horse.
Exactly. And it's weird, like, why are you so afraid of change, you know? But it's just like, I guess it's a concept that I can't really grasp.
That's the human thing.
Yeah.
Every human's afraid of change.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially everything that seems radical.
Oh, yeah. But not a lot of things are radical. I mean...
In their eyes, it's radical because whiteness used to be the norm.
Yeah. It was more like conservative, traditionalist.
Exactly. So by like 2050, whiteness will no longer be the majority.
Yeah.
It's just gonna change, bro.
It's gonna change, and it's just because there is still some of the younger generation who are still holding on to those traditionalist, conservative views.
Right.
And honestly, like to me, like I don't mind you being a conservative traditionalist, but don't be a dick. Yeah, that's
it. That's all I ask for. Like respect. Don't be a dick. And we could talk about shit.
Yeah, and it's and also like mind your business. You know, it's like
a good one.
Like mind your own business. Like who cares if this person is gay or trans or whatever? Like
yeah.
How's that bothering you? Like
right.
How? Like I don't understand seeing someone who's like, you know, who's African American, who's trans, who's gay, you know, all these other things. Like how can you see them and just feel hate? That's weird. Yeah, that's weird to me. Like,
well, you know what it is? Well, there's many reasons, but some of those people are in the closet themselves, and because society didn't allow them to flourish and be happy in their skin, now they have to be hateful upon everybody. Because if they didn't get to experience happiness, you sure as hell don't get to experience happiness.
Yeah.
You know? But that was a great point, bro. Like the left is getting more leftier and the right is getting more rightier. Those aren't real words, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I hate to have to be the guy that's like, guys, let's get more towards the middle or whatever.
Yeah.
Just for
can
the
we all
sake
get
of,
along?
Yeah, because now I feel like I'm marginalizing myself from. I don't want to be definitely not part of the super right wing.
No.
But most of my friends were always in the super left wing.
Yeah.
Right, because those guys want to overthrow the government.
Yeah.
You know, and install socialist governments or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, guys, I'm not too sure that's gonna work out too well.
Yeah, I've come to realize that too. Like a lot of people who are left are like have communist ideals, but the communist ideals are also not too great. Yeah,
right.
You know, like, it's not like I don't think like the government should be owning everything. You know, like
right.
I feel like we should have an ownership to our own things too. You know,
right.
Like, this is what I worked for. This is mine. This should be mine. You know, not the government's.
Yeah, like imagine you and me. We work really hard. We end up buying our house, and then there's a government that says, "Nope, that's not yours anymore."
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I worked 40, 50, 60 years just so that I can live comfortably without having to have people bullshit me. Because sometimes we just want to clock out of life, right? Like, I want to go to my house, Like me, I like to play my video games, and I like to zone the fuck out. I don't want nobody telling me nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And under that situation, the government would have to be telling me what type of work I would do.
Yeah.
First of all, they would have to forcefully, like, one of their greatest points is like, there's gonna be no unemployment.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be no unemployment, but your ass ain't gonna be able to just work whatever you love to do. This is what you're gonna do, and that's it. You know, so like, of course, there's like the best thing, the most idealistic position about communism is the idea that one day classes will no longer exist.
Mm.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about no more poverty, like no more struggle between boss and worker because it no longer exists.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of a utopian idea.
Yeah, it's probably something that we're probably not gonna see within our lifetimes.
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither.
And I don't want to be like the Debbie Downer. You know?
Yeah.
This is really what I think. You know, and so my own little shift was like, okay, you know, like I don't believe in that anymore. So it doesn't make as much sense as
it did before.
Yeah. Like I think before it was more of like hatred for the system.
Yeah.
Because the system clearly was fucking me and my family and a lot of people. So I was like, we must bring down the system. But if you bring down the system, you must replace it with another one.
Exactly.
Right. So that was there, and then I was just like, you know what? Like right now, I just wanna work on me. You know, I want to create something for myself, and the beautiful thing about that is that nobody says you can't share it.
Yeah.
Like if I have a pie, I'm gonna give that pie. I'm just one person. Can I eat the whole pie?
No.
Maybe if I'm really fucking food.
Yeah.
And if it's really good, sometimes I'm gonna eat more of the pie.
Exactly.
Right? It's my pie. But I'm always gonna be looking out for my friends.
Yeah.
And my family. And my community. And I think that has a trickling effect.
Yeah.
Because people look at you like the best way to lead is by action.
Exactly.
So once I do that, there's gonna be another person that's like, oh, that was very beneficial. You helped me a lot one day.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna want to help another person, right? And so like, we can help each other out right now. Instead of me just throwing my energy down a rabbit hole that's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'd rather put my energy down a rabbit hole that is building towards something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I can actually do something, give my mom whatever she always wanted, or whatever. Just little things, man. Just little things.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the band named Ghost?
Ghost? Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like them? What is it about the music that you don't like? Is it too popular?
No, it's not really my cup of tea.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole aesthetic and everything.
Do you think it's a little overdone?
It's just a little cringy, and the music, to me, the music is like I'm not gonna say it's not good because some people like it or whatever.
Right.
But
you don't.
But it's just I just don't like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like if there was like one band that I really dislike, I'll probably be them, honestly.
Oh really? I'm glad that they brought it up. Well, I would say I was probably like 19, because this is how I came to really love like rock and metal and that whole genre. When I was growing up, there was a lady that would take care of me, and Yolanda had two sons, Raul and Carlos, and Raul literally, bro, every day was bumping the fuck out of metal. Like, here I am, like an 8-year-old or 7 years old, and I'd be in their room just chilling, and I'm just blasting this shit.
Yeah.
And I could just think in my mind, I was like, I kind of like this, bro. I kind of really like it. And so now it has a nostalgic effect in me.
Oh yeah.
Where like I love that genre so much. I mean, I think personally, like I'm more like the alternative, like a little bit more softer, like more lyrical, you know, because a lot of that music to me has always had like a really strong effect lyrically. Yeah. Where they were always talking about something that I could connect to. Yeah. And I was like, I like this, you know? Plus, I like the fact that I can listen and hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
You know, versus a lot more of the music where it's like a little bit like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying.
Yeah.
You know? So that was kind of like my upbringing.
We're in the point where it's just like, you know, like, I feel like a lot of like females, women, I don't know what correct term to use.
Let's just say women, I guess.
They've been suppressed for so long by men.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's a straight fact.
And you know, like I like seeing it that like women are becoming more
like owning their sexuality and shit.
Sexuality, just becoming a human. Yeah,
independent, right?
Yeah, like it's crazy that like as men we think they're better than us, and it's weird because like to me it's weird because we come from them. Yeah, it's like that they're our elders. You know, we I feel like we need to respect like women, like. Well, yeah, just basically we just respect them, you know. Like why do we belittle them and shit? But I feel that's also like that kind of like I do believe in toxic masculine. I can't pronounce that word. Yeah.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah, I do believe that we're kind of like we're grown up like that, you know, like. Especially with a lot of things that we see like on social media, TV or whatever. And it's hard to break from it. It really is. You know, I'm still working on some shit, you know. I fuck up sometimes. Not like something serious or something, you know, just like little things.
But mistakes.
Yeah, little mistakes. I'm like, fuck, you know, like I'm trying to learn still. But shit, what was my point?
No, I think I started seeing your pattern, and the point I think was about how you've treated women before.
Yeah, I guess, you know.
And I totally understand, bro, because
I hate talking about it. I feel embarrassed talking about it, honestly, but like
it is a little embarrassing, but it's part of owning it.
Yeah, it's like you gotta put yourself in that spot, you know, like I'm not a perfect person. I've never really been, you know.
Right.
And I'm not gonna try to tell you how to be, you know, because I'm just talking about my experiences, you know, and how I'm still trying to develop. And but yeah, just how I viewed like it. I feel sick even thinking how I viewed women back then, you know. I wish I could go back in time and just slap this wheel up.
Yeah, like put some sense into yourself.
It's like I feel terrible, like playing like I guess woman or whatever, you know, or just kind of like using it for like sex and all that. And I hate talking about it, but you know that's how I feel. Like the older you get, you're just like, damn man, like it's because this like women give you their trust, you know. Well, you know when they expose themselves,
that's trust, bro.
That's like on them, that's
like some of the most pure form of trust from a woman's perspective, because of the possibility of an imbalance. I'm stronger than you, I could take advantage of you right now. I'm not, because I'm not that type of person, but the fact that you're trusting me in that moment, it really is sacred. And that's what our generation has fucked up about sex.
Yeah.
Is that we no longer took it as something sacred. We took it as sport fucking. And you know, before my past relationship, I was doing that. And there was a lot of moments where I literally stopped talking to them. And right now, I do feel like shit for saying that, because they didn't deserve that.
Exactly.
They at least minimum deserve for me to say, hey, you know, I had a great time. I don't want to hang out anymore.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Yeah.
At minimum, like an explanation.
Yeah. Like there was a point that I actually kind of like hit some people up and try to apologize.
Yeah. What the fuck was that like? Like, were they open to it, or were they like,
some of them
were?
No negative responses. A lot of them were like, it's okay or something like that. But I still feel like shit, yeah, and I have a feeling that like I'm sure they probably have like some sort of resentment or hate towards me, and that's fine, you know. I understand, you know, like, because I know I should have, like, I know now I should have not done that, and you know, it's just crazy. So, like, honestly, like, if you have something good going, just keep it, you know. And it's funny because me and my friend, my bandmate, like we talk about how, like, what we're talking about right now, like our past selves being like that and shit. But like we talk to each other and we tell each other, like, yeah, we have a good, you know, we have like a good partner, girlfriend, you know. It's like you know, let's keep it going, you know, like, let's, you know, like, why ruin that, you know? It's like, why are you gonna ruin like this relationship, like someone that loves you and that, you know, it's just like your best friend, you know, who's the opposite, like, well, never, I wouldn't say that because someone that's just your friend, you know, and that gives you that love, you know. It's like, why would you want to ruin that for, like, you know, all those,
for, like, a side piece?
Yeah, and like, yeah, just like the instinct, that man, that toxic, you know, of wanting to, like how you said, like, sport, yeah.
But it's also sort of biological.
I feel like that's what, yeah,
you know,
it's like a biological, like, kind of thing.
Like, we're all, like, biologically driven to just want to keep having children, and the more people you get to do it with, the more likely you get your DNA to keep living. So like, a lot of people are probably gonna be upset with me for saying that, but I do think it's a natural feeling to want to do it, but our brains, our logical selves, that's where we must kick in and say, hey, I want to do it.
Like, control yourself.
But, you know, I'm not going to cheat on my girl with this person because we got something good. She loves me. She treats me right. Like, I'm not going to cheat on her. I'm going to stay loyal. Dude, and then there's a coin flip on that. The other side. Well, let's not pretend like women are also, like always loyal and shit. So it's a human thing, bro. That feeling to wanna, like, experience something on the quickness, and you're turned on by it or whatever, and it's a tricky thing, bro.
I hate those feelings. Like, honestly, I just like not just that, just like, you know, like, that's why I said it's like a drug, because you just want that hit.
Fix, right?
Yeah, that you just want that fix, but then afterwards you feel like shit. You get the calm down, you know, like,
right.
And it's just how you said, it's just the way how we take it, you know, like, you gotta think about it, yeah.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing that we have an advantage over today.
Yeah.
As a slightly older guys.
Yeah.
Like, we can at least let our this mind, you know, that we can think with both, but then this one, at least you're gonna think about it before you do it. And I think as long as you, like, thinking is always gonna give you that opportunity. At least, I mean, you still might fuck around and do it, but it's a barrier. A barrier that might save your relationship. So, dude, that was dope as fuck. You literally were interviewed by Vogue, or Vogue? Is it Vogue? Or Voyage.
Yeah.
Voyage. What was that experience like? I mean,
it was through email.
Okay.
Just through email. It's actually, yeah, they just it was more like a questionnaire. I think that their basic questionnaire that they sent to random artists and stuff. But I guess, like, one of my friends, they nominated me, and they reached, because after the questionnaire you gotta nominate 5 people, I think, and write a little bit, like, at why you chose them. So I guess I ended up getting nominated through my friend, and yeah, they sent me the questionnaire, and I just kind of try to talk as much as I can about it. And I don't know, I was a little skeptical of doing it, because, like, I guess, well, you know, the whole like black metal scene or post punk. You know, it's not really like a mainstream kind of thing. Even though I don't really consider voice mainstream, but like mainstream enough, maybe.
I think it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very. I mean, it's kind of. It seems like a media source that's pretty well established.
But yeah, yeah, and the only reason why I did it too is just, I mean, like, there's always a part of me that's kind of like a little kid.
The curiosity.
No,
Or the playfulness.
more like wanting to keep like my stuff secret.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah, yeah. There's still a part of me that just kind of doesn't really want to expose myself, but then there's also like, you know, like I said,
That's interesting.
indigenous empowerment and all that is something that's important to me. It's like, how else am I gonna get my
Share
word?
the message.
Yeah, how else am I gonna? I gotta expose myself. I gotta put myself in uncomfortable positions positions that are uncomfortable for me to spread this kind of like awareness, self-awareness, you know, the whole decolonized message, you know. So yeah, I just went for it, and surprisingly, like, you know, I got pretty good feedback for it. Some friends, internet friends, and all that, they were like, "Oh, it's cool," you know, like, and also just to get a little feel of who I am, you know.
Yeah. What did that feel like? What did it feel like to, kind of like for the first time, not verbally, but like through writing, kind of tell the world who you think you are?
I don't know. What was the question? How did I feel?
Yeah, like, so, I mean, like, for example, like, right now this is a podcast, right? And we're talking about each other.
Yeah.
And there's a feeling that comes from that.
Yeah.
But like when you first did that interview via email or whatever, and you started expressing yourself, what was it like for the first time to kind of tell the world, right? Because you were telling me that you're very secretive in a sense about your creativity, your awareness, your identity, because it's part of who you are, it's part of your personality. But kind of for the first time saying, hey, "Okay, world, here I am."
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was kind of weird. Like, I still didn't even know if I feel good about it, because prior to that interview, well, actually, like before, I've done interviews before, like written stuff, and you know, I try to not expose myself too much, like in those interviews, but I felt like with this one, I just kind of went full at it, and I was just like, fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like skeptical, and just like, after I did it, I was just like kind of a little worried. I was like, like,
I got all my shit now.
it's like, you expose yourself, you know, you tell the world who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it, and yeah, like I've always been like this kind of private person, so it just feels weird just exposing yourself out there. But like I said, the feedback was pretty good, and you just get a sense of who I am, you know. And I'm not like, you know, like my music, my style, whatever, is dark, but like my personality kind of contradicts that, you know. Cause like every time I meet someone new or something, they always tell me, "Oh, you look scared," or the things I listen to and everything's like, "Oh man, you're like evil or like satanic or whatever," you know, like, bro, like I'm like the most mellowest person you could probably like freaking come across, you know. Yeah, like I'm, you know, it's just being human, you know, like.
Yeah. Dude, and that's totally what I picked out from you. Like that time that I met you, you were like peaceful. You were in a transient state where you were just happy, and I was a fan. You know, I was a fan of that energy, that state of mind, because that's who I try to be. You know, dude, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like today, I came from a football tournament, and I literally almost got down.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a little upset
Yeah.
about the fact that I kind of let myself get to that point because
No.
I really try not to.
Yeah.
But oh man, this guy was talking mad shit,
Mm.
mad shit. He even started being stereotypical with me. Started telling me that I should be playing soccer instead.
Wow.
And and at the very end,
Mhm.
after all the shit, because in football we're very physical.
Yeah.
We can legally hit each other.
Yeah.
And I did that, and he was being a little crybaby. And at the end, like I'm the type of fool who's like, after competition, whatever you talk shit,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go shake your hand.
Mhm.
I stood him.
Yeah.
I went to go shake his hand, and he said, "Man, I ain't fucking shaking your hand." And then I fucked up, and I said, "Man, you're a bitch then." And right then, it just exploded, and like I forgot in my face,
Mhm.
and I basically like I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Yeah.
You know, I got ready for the putazos,
Yeah.
and then everybody just came in, and they
man.
just pushed us away,
Yeah.
and it's not who I am.
Yeah.
It's not who I am, but it just reminds me how what's the word that I'm looking for? I still have work to do.
No.
You know, I still have work to do.
No, definitely.
And I should have just walked away from the very beginning.
Yeah.
As soon as he started talking shit,
Mhm.
just zzz, lock him out of my mind.
Yeah.
That's what I should have done, and I guess I'm just saying it out because I want people to know that I never pretend to be perfect.
Mhm.
I never pretend to be perfect.
Yeah, same here.
I'm always very open.
Yeah.
And on my podcast, I talk
Mm.
about being an asshole, being a piece of shit,
Yeah.
lying, everything that's a bad quality of mine.
Mhm.
I talk about it because I never want anyone to put me on any sort of pedestal
Yeah.
because it's not true.
Exactly.
And anyone that tells me otherwise,
Mhm.
you're not paying attention, homie.
Mhm.
You're not paying attention.
Yeah.
I might put a happy caption,
Yeah.
but there's more to the story. And if you paid attention to the story, you would know
Mhm.
of my imperfections. And I'm not proud of them necessarily,
Mhm.
but I'm owning it and I'm saying, like, this is me.
Yeah.
And I hold a multitude of things within me.
Yeah.
But it just is what it is, man. But almost today, man.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, it's just life, you know. You learn, do mistakes, and you learn from it. And yeah, there's something I was gonna say. Yeah, like you said, like, you know, I bring out this positive energy. You know, I try to. You know, I always have my down days too. Like, you know how you said in your morning. And you know, there's some times where I do feel a little like angry at the world or something, you know, and everything. But like, I just try to snap out of it quick. You know, like any confrontation or anything, I just like I try to think long term too. You know, like how is it gonna affect me, like long term. And that's the thing too, is like how I talked about earlier, that poem attitude.
Mm.
So how are you gonna take that situation, you know? And I feel like a lot of positive people. The only reason why a lot of people are also like more positive too is because they've been through shit. You know, they've gone through some shit and they don't want to go back to it.
Right.
And it's just like a whole cycle, you know, like you go through some messed up shit, and some people either come out of it or don't. And if you do, it kind of like it makes you wiser and stuff, and you want to spread that message. You know, you want to pass that message along, you know, to the younger folk or to whoever, anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, like, you know, they have a sense of understanding of how to take on life, and then so like these other people kind of just, you know, whatever challenges they facing, they'll see how they handle it, you know. Yeah. But yeah, like, no one's perfect, you know. I don't think no one's perfect. Like,
There's no way, bro.
it's like your life is a learning journey, you know. You're learning. We're curious at heart. You fuck up, and like you said, like, I'm not trying to paint myself perfect either, you know. And I'm not trying to be either. I'm just trying to live life and be a decent person, you know. Like, life is short too, you know. So you just got, I want to say take as much as you can from the world, but just live your best life, you know. Live life as your last, yeah. And
live every day like if it's like your last day.
yeah, pretty much, because you never know how, like, humans are so fragile, you know. We could be
so
gone.
fragile, bro.
We could be gone like this, you know. We're so fragile. I fell last time. I have like nasty mark in there. Yeah, you know, that's how fragile our skin is. You know, like.
Yeah, we're literally a vehicle of flesh and bones.
Exactly.
Just the same way that ants can get squashed.
Yeah, like that.
That's the same deal with us.
Yeah.
So as much as special as I think life is, at the same time, I admit to myself that it's not. Because just as easy as I was born, I can be gone even faster.
Yeah.
You know, and where's the specialness in that?
Exactly. So that's why you gotta kind of, like I said, live your life to the last. You know, and try to leave a mark in the earth. You know.
Yes.
And that's what I'm trying to do too. Like when I'm gone, my music's gonna be there. You know, still people are gonna still hear the message. You're gonna get a sense of who I was.
Right.
You know, and I'm 24. I still got a long way to go, and I still have a lot of things I want to say, and you know, things I want to do, and a lot of the things I do is just, it's for, I wouldn't say it's for the people, but it's just like, yeah, like making music is like an outlet for me, but like people enjoy that, you know, and then when they enjoy that, you know, they come back to me and they want like a shirt or something, you know, all that. Like I always try to put it, like a lot of that is like out of my own pocket. And I hate money. Like I hate the concept of money. I understand it, but I hate how corrupted it is, you know. And if I can, like, that's why I make everything available for free, you know. But the money helps me make the merch for them, you know. Jeez. Like I hardly make anything back, and that's okay with me because I don't care, you know. Like I just wanna, I wouldn't want to say like a people pleaser, you know.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy it, if you're like a fan, then why the fuck not wouldn't I want to kind of make you happy with like a little piece of merch or something?
Right. It kind of works in many ways. In a way, even though it is kind of out of your pocket, it's an investment because one, you made your fan happy, and not necessarily that you want to make every fan happy, but they're gonna be rocking that.
No.
And here's what I noticed: like people that really fuck with your shit, that are like real supporters, they're gonna rock your shit with pride.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is my homie Edos, but like you mean that, and
it's pretty overwhelming. The positive like reviews and the messages I get. Like I'm just like, holy shit, like I made that happiness, you know. And it's a little cheesy, I guess, in the metal world, you know, but yeah, it's like.
But dude, I bet you any metal artist, as hard as their appearance may be, they're still gonna be like, I love this shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're human.
Exactly. Exactly. Our exteriors are we have shells, but like a turtle, if you take off our shell, fucking soft, bro.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm totally open to telling the world like I'm an emotional guy. I fucking cry in movies and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know, but I'm very, very happy and inspired by the fact that you are creating a legacy for yourself.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of my prime messages is to be passionate.
Yeah.
And just fucking be passionate, man, and swing fucking hard. Who fucking cares if you miss?
Yeah.
Look, man,
just take that chance.
Yeah, take a chance. You ever heard of Psycho Realm?
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Okay, so you probably don't know Sick Jackin'. But basically, in the rap game, bro, there's not a lot of Chicanos
Oh yeah.
that are popular or made great legacies.
Mm-hmm.
Psycho Realm did that. They did that. And one of the last standing members, his name's Sick Jackie.
Right.
And he's brilliant, bro, by every measure. Like, his music is fucking the shit. And I got to meet this gentleman. I've met him a couple times already, but like a couple of days ago, you know, it was like at this little banda shit. And the fool came in, you know, and of course everyone's like just flooding him, you know, because everyone wants to meet the famous guy.
Yeah.
And I was there kicking it for a while, and at the very end, like, I told one of the homies, Chile. You know Chile?
I don't think so.
Okay. so Chile is one of those fools that's connected with everybody. And so like Chile and him are homies. And then Chile was like, hey, you know, the homie wants to tell you about his podcast. And he said it like twice, and he like ignored it. Not in a jerkish way, but just like a lot of stuff is going on.
Yeah.
By the third time, he kind of like pushed him, you know. He's like, and then you know, he just turns to me, just like, what's up, you know? And like literally, bro, we had like such a profound, just heart to heart like moment where he essentially told me that everything he's done, because he's so passionate about his music.
Yeah.
He said, I worked hard in my music, and it was all heart, and the universe took care of the rest. That's why when I told him, I was like, look, you know, I would want to be on my podcast, but I'm not gonna ask you because I'm not at your level.
Yeah.
I'm not at your level. That's when he shared that, and then you know, Be Real. No. Okay. Well, Be Real has been on the Joe Rogan podcast. You obviously know the Joe Rogan podcast, right? No. So Be Real is the guy from Cypress Hill.
Oh wait, yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's like B dash and then real,
exactly,
right? Yeah.
So Be Real and that fool are homies, because they were all part of Psycho Realm.
Oh, okay.
So Psycho Realm was before Cypress Hill.
Oh, okay.
And so they're all, Be Real and Sick Jagged are like in the same level of like talent and exposure.
Right.
And Be Real's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's when I shared that to him, and he's like, look, bro, things happen naturally when they're meant to be.
Yeah.
I got so excited. I got so excited because that was basically him saying like, I will one day be on your podcast. You know, like, you didn't say that directly. Like that transition of words was like, keep working, bro. Like, keep working, keep following your passion, and maybe one day, you know, we can talk, you know, at that level or whatever. and I fucking want everybody to do that shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, not the podcast or the music, but if you're fucking passionate about slanging fucking strawberries, go for it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. But life gets so much better when you love shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Because a lot of people don't love what they do.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to motivate them to say, fuck the bullshit, bro. Especially if you're a younger cat.
Oh, yeah.
You got time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Stop bullshitting yourself. Like, even if you devote 1 hour of your day to what you love, over the course of that year, you've devoted at least 365 hours to your craft.
Yeah.
That's gonna make you 365 hours better.
Exactly.
Simple message. Simple message.
That's what it is. Just keep going, you know. It's like, I don't know how we make life so complicated when it's not. You know,
you know what that reminds me of? You know the Smiths, right?
Yeah.
There's a lyric that goes something along the lines of, why complicate life when the leather runs smooth on the passenger seat? And I love it. I love it. Because it's like, in my life, I'm over here driving, I fucking hate life, beep, fuck traffic. Yet the passenger seat is like just chilling there.
Yeah.
You know? So you know, that's just the way I see life sometimes. But Edo, if there was one thing that you would really love to share with the audience that's watching this, or what's like one thing that you, or multiple things that before you leave you would want to make sure that they know?
I mean, just keep on going, you know, like. Well, I mean, whatever you're passionate about, just take it with like full force and give it like 110%. Don't just give it 100, you know. And it's kind of I kind of hate bringing this up, but it's kind of funny because like one of my friends tells me is like their favorite slogan is the Nike one. Just do it. That's what that's life. Just do it.
Right.
Just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. You know, like, and do it with no regrets. You know, and yeah, like it's gonna be hard to kind of like I mean, I guess for the younger generation, it's a little bit harder because there's so many obstacles and stuff. But like, you know, just do it. Whatever you're passionate about, like, especially people in the arts, like I always encourage them because there's just so much discouragement with arts. Like, oh, you're not gonna make money, you're not gonna get nowhere with this. Like, who cares, man? Like, don't care about like money and stuff. Just do it. You know? It's just do it. Do what you love, and be passionate about it. And that's how you're rich in life. You know, that's you're rich. You're rich in life like that. Yeah.
God damn, that was beautiful. Where can people get to know, reach out to you, or?
Well, I have an email. It's xyowali@gmail.com. My music page, you could check out nightofthepelmoon.bandcamp.com. You can also reach me through there, and yeah, like I'm pretty much in a lot of social media platforms. So
What's that tag?
what is my tag? That it's I think on Instagram is Edox and 2 underscores. So yeah, like I feel like I'll probably reach out there a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Because that's like the main thing now, you know, especially for a lot of like creative artists and stuff.
You gotta post content.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Edo, man,
Thanks for
coming on, man, and just sharing, man. Like, hey, dude, that's what life's all about, man. Is just sharing wisdom, sharing perspectives, sharing what we know, and hopefully someone gains something from it and feels so much more richer in life by it, man.
All right,
Thank you so much, man.
G!
As always, guys, I love you guys. Share, comment, like, subscribe, all that. I'll see you guys next time.